Hello and welcome to today's video on the concept of basic structure in the Indian Constitution. In this video, we will be discussing the landmark judgment in Kesavananda Bharati vs. State of Kerala case, 1973, which laid the foundation for the concept of the basic structure of the Indian Constitution. This year marks the 50th anniversary of this significant judgment, which has played a crucial role in shaping India's democratic framework. Kesavananda Bharti, a seer from Kerala, is known as the man who saved the Indian Constitution through a simple act of approaching the Supreme Court in an attempt to save his mutt. Before we delve into the details of the Kesavananda Bharati case, it's important to understand the historical context in which it emerged. India had gained independence from British rule in 1947 and had adopted its constitution in 1950. However, the first 2 decades of India's independence were marked by political instability and constitutional amendments that changed the fundamental nature of the constitution. The government could amend the constitution without any limits, which led to concerns about the protection of fundamental rights and the democratic fabric of the country. In this context, the Kesavananda Bharati case, heard by a bench of 13 judges in 1973, was a significant turning point. The case involved the dispute between the state of Kerala and Kesavananda Bharati, the head of a Hindu religious institution, over the Kerala Land Reforms Act, which sought to impose restrictions on the ownership of agricultural land. The central question in the case was whether the parliament had the power to amend any part of the constitution, including the fundamental rights guaranteed under Part 3 of the constitution. The government argued that the parliament had the power to amend any part of the constitution, whereas Kesavananda Bharati and his supporters argued that the constitution had a basic structure that could not be amended. In its landmark judgment, the Supreme Court ruled that while the Parliament had the power to amend the Constitution, it could not alter its basic structure. The court held that the Constitution's basic structure included the supremacy of the Constitution, the rule of law, the principle of separation of powers, the federal character of the Constitution, and the protection of fundamental rights. The court also declared that any amendment that violated the basic structure of the Constitution would be struck down. The Kesavananda Bharati judgment was a significant milestone in India's constitutional history. It established the principle of constitutional supremacy and limited the government's power to amend the Constitution. The judgment also strengthened the fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution and provided a framework for protecting them. It has been cited in several subsequent cases and has played a crucial role in shaping India's democratic framework. In conclusion, the Kesavananda Bharati case was a landmark judgment that laid the foundation for the concept of the basic structure of the Indian Constitution. The judgment has played a significant role in shaping India's democratic framework and protecting the fundamental rights of its citizens. As we celebrate the 50th anniversary of this landmark judgment, it's essential to remember its significance and continue to uphold the principles it established. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more such informative videos, please like, share and don't forget to subscribe.